locker.
Welcome to the locker, season 6, episode 18. I'm your man A. White, along with Van House. What's going on, man?
Man.
Uh-oh.
I don't know, Anthony. All I've been seeing.
You got hate mail from coming on Sunday morning talking that bull jive?
I got hate mail. I'm too far away. It'll take 2 months for people to get to me. I don't know, man. Anthony, I don't know. Trying to think of the best way to say this, but I have always led my life and let things play out, let things happen. Don't get all up in arms in April when the end date is October. So about a few weeks ago, people was clamoring about recruiting. We were beyond top 50 in recruiting. You know? And it's like, oh my God, these guys sleeping at the wheel. They sleeping at the wheel. Anthony, what are they doing? They sleeping at the wheel. How can you come on 4-8 season and not be on your business? Well, patience, my young fellas, patience. Because as of the last week, the fax machines have been buzzing. If they still doing fax machines, are they still doing faxes, Anthony?
No, you can scan it on your iPhone. You can scan it on your phone.
Really? Okay, all right. So the PDFs have been rolling in, and let's see if we can hold on to it. But
Mike B, if you can't find a reason to be hyped up, I don't know anywhere else in the country but Van House head, living room, film room, wherever. He's about the only person. That I'd heard any hype. Hey,
I don't understand. Look, this is what Anthony.
Hold on. Let me preface your statements. Okay. The next few minutes, the words that come out of that guy's mouth is his words, his thoughts all alone. Continue.
All right. When I was coming up as a young lad, watching Southern University football, because I was not an LSU fan, every year, my dad and his boys would get together, no matter what happened the previous year. Like, oh, we 0-0, what? We in this, right?
Right.
I went to school with obviously a lot of LSU fans. Oh, new year, new hype. Oh, we in this, right?
Right.
But then I come to Kentucky. It's like, oh, same old Kentucky. What's going on? The negativity is sliceable. That Kentucky, for a program that really hasn't done much, if you really think about it, as a program history. Our tradition is very light. It's honestly what? 3 eras: the Bear era, the Fran Kersey era, and the Stoops era. If
you don't look at the stats and you got to
Claiborne?
Huh? No.
Claiborne.
They named the whole facility, and see that's where you could take that to your point. Is what I'm saying. Like you could take that to your point. That they named facility after Rich Brooks. I don't know what they're gonna do with Stoops. Unless he's gonna donate a bunch of that money back that he made.
We have said on this show a few weeks ago how many 500 SEC seasons we have had in program history. And I think Brooks had 1.
He only had 1.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say for me, and this is what I'm gonna base it on. I'm creating this on the fly. I'm moving the goalposts. We've had only 3 guys that have had 10-win seasons.
You say how many?
10.
How many people?
3.
Yeah.
So those are the eras I'm counting. The Bear era, Fran Kersey era, and Stoops era. So it's not like we have a rich tradition. It's like for us to be in a situation where y'all are down on a year, it's because of the guy that's leading the program. For y'all to be down on some seasons is because of the guy who's leading the program had a hiccup. And he brought up on himself. But I'm excited because it's a new year, new players. They did what we have talked about. They turned over the locker room. Now let's see if that locker room can gel like they have in the past. If they can, I think this can be a good season. It's not going to be a great season. I think this can be a good season. And a great season, 10 wins.
And coming from a guy that went 1-10, and coming from a guy that went 1-10, what's a great season?
A great season is 10 wins.
You say it can be a good, so what's a good season? That's what I meant.
A good is 7-8. So I really feel like this could be a good season because sometimes fans look at the brand across the chest more than what they have coming back. Some fans look at the coach on the sideline more than who they have coming back. Like I've said this many times. South Carolina's year last year was not on the shoulders of Sellers. It was on the shoulders of that damn front four. They lost those front four, and they are betting on the portal again to replace the portal guys they got last year. And I'm not sure that they can redo it again. So that's where I'm at. There's a couple teams that I don't think we have a chance with on paper, but it seems like Stoops plays better against those teams anyway. The Georgias and the Texas. And then I'll put Tennessee as that next level. But everybody else, man, I watched that Florida game again a couple of nights ago. Lagway is a good-ass quarterback. Lagway is a quarterback that I trust more than I trust Sellers. But we playing him at home. And let's see what happens. Now, I feel, look, tell y'all this. Why not be excited? Why can't we get the benefit of the doubt that a lot of other people give other programs? Why can't we get that benefit of the doubt? I've said this many times. Why can't Zach Calzada get the benefit of the doubt more than John Mateer or Jackson Arnold, who didn't have a great season at Oklahoma, who's now at Auburn? Why can't we get that same benefit of the doubt? When we get something like this, he ain't played SEC ball. He played an Incarnate Word. That doesn't. How do you know? Cam Ward came from the same program. He's not Cam Ward. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not Cam Ward. But who's to say we don't need Cam Ward? We just need solid. We need a solid quarterback. I was wrong about Brock Vandagriff. I hope I'm not wrong about Zach Calzada. The only thing that gives me more confidence with Zach is Brock had no reps. I don't give a damn how many attempts and completions he had against while at Georgia. He was a damn backup coming in at garbage time. Zach has started. He has started at Texas A&M. He started at Incarnate Word. I have a little bit more film and confidence, kind of like the Devin Leary. Yeah, I feel more confident about him coming in here and being more successful than the previous quarterback.
Brian, I will tell you. I know Van may say otherwise. I know you asked me, Brian, but I will say too, because you put 2000. I don't know if you know what kind of hole you put yourself in when you said 2000. That even eliminates Dusty Bonner, which I don't think he would have been above Dusty Bonner, but since 2000, that would put him probably number 2 behind Dre. Yeah, no, I'm comfortable with that number 2. He would be, even if we moved it back to 1980s, he would be. No, I ain't gonna say no. He wouldn't be number 2. but he would be behind Dre. So I say J-Lo is number 2 behind Dre if you're talking about 2000 on in the last 25 years. Van Howes may see it otherwise.
Yeah, no.
I can't think of.
He's
well,
not.
I guess the better question is who would be number 3? Who would you put number 3 since 2000? And you know what's kind of crazy? When you look at the stat books, that's what everybody gonna do. They're gonna rush to the stat books because Terry Wilson didn't play a whole lot. Lynn Bowden wasn't really a quarterback, Stevie, you got Stevie Johnson, you got whatever. Matt, I don't even remember Mike Hartline, but apparently,
you don't remember Mike Hartline?
I remember him, but I don't remember me saying, "Oh, Mark High." And I will say this, and I'll go on record saying this with that statement. I wasn't sold on Andre Woodson the whole time. Like,
right.
He wasn't a pro quarterback. I mean, he made all the right decisions. He had a feathery touch. But in the NFL, you got to get that thing out your hands sometimes.
Whoa, hold on. See, now you on that bullshit. Now,
let's hear it.
NFL don't matter. Who gives a shit what he can do in the NFL? We talking about.
No, I am saying he was getting that stuff off at the college level. And I'm telling you, he just got it off. However, like I said, he had a nice defense, had great defense, and he had cold ass receivers. His receivers cold. Yeah. Like a lot of them in the top receivers in UK history. So I'm saying, but my point was, the reason I say that is because the SEC, and this is, let me do a Van thing. Let me get down to this talking football the way y'all like it, where y'all like the way Van break. Now, listen, Van House, and you know this as well as I do. The SEC plays football the way it's played on the NFL level. So the things they do here, the exotic, the switches, the mirror, I mean, just the way the window dressing, all this, like the good teams do exactly what they do on the NFL level. So that's why you get drafted into the NFL transition. Andre Woodson's thing was not take sacks, not throw interceptions, and try to keep the chains moving. So instead of him scrambling out of pocket, he would just throw the ball out of bounds. He would just take incompletion. So he didn't get no sacks, and he didn't throw no interceptions for a long time. Like he had a long non-interception. But dude, you hurt. So if it's 2nd and 10 and you don't see nothing, they coming on you, just throw it out of bounds. So you're on 3rd and 10. That is hard to manage. But you got a cold ass defense. So shit, let's take a shot. You got Stevie Johnson, you got Keenan Burton, you got you got Jacob Tammy, Raphael Little. Man, you can look anywhere and be like, man, any meanie. So the reason I say that is it didn't translate because the defenses were playing to NFL styles. Like we are playing NFL football here. I didn't see his game translate to NFL football, but I thought it translated to what we needed to be done under Joker Phillips. Like keep the chains moving. And you know what? I don't know who you are. Whoever it is that runs UK, he got a YouTube video, and he put me in the top 10 in receiving, which is fine. But he gave me the biggest compliment ever given. He said, if you look at his stats, he's this. You look at speed, this. The guy keeps the chains moving. And that was my only goal. My only goal, if I needed 7, I was going to get you 7. Now, like we talk about Boom, and I'm saying Boom, he shouldn't have left early because Boom going to get you 60 or he going to get you 2. He ain't going to grind you out the 3 or 4 or 5 we need. He going to get a minimal gain or he going to get gone. My whole thing was, I'm going to get on 1st and whatever, we playing house money. 2nd, they ain't gonna be on 2nd. On 3rd down, I was in the playbook. All these plays got the H involved in it, and that was the biggest compliment ever paid to him. So I appreciate that, and that's why I'm saying Andre Woodson did that. Who set the interception record? Andre Woodson? No, Andre Woodson ain't. Oh, you talking about J-Lo? I think he's talking
Jared
about J-Lo.
All right, so
Andre Woodson's he.
So Brian will have to ask. So, like these ranking things always have some nuance to it. What is the ranking based off of? Because if we basing off of playmaker, Jerry Lorenzen is probably number 1 as a quarterback. We're talking about just pure playmaker. There's no better.
You're talking about based off that position.
Yeah, based off of that position. Yeah, just the quarterback position.
But no, but playmaking, no, hold on. Hell no. Playmaking, are you picking up first downs ain't playmaking? Whether you do it with your legs or throwing it to an open receiver.
Whoa. So now you done drag Andre Wilson for being very vanilla. Now you want to say no.
I said if a guy's there, he's gonna be there. Okay. So the point I'm making is he's not gonna create. Andre's not gonna create. If it's there, he's gonna make the right decision.
That's a playmaker.
J-Lo can create. So that's like you talking about Dan. You could compare Dan Marino. You could compare Dan Marino to what's the boy name in Philly right now? Playmaker? Right now.
We mean about play. What quarterback you know? What quarterback you know that can have someone hanging on him, throw a underhand toss to get a first down?
Ben Roethlisberger. Behind the back. Ben Roethlisberger.
I'm just saying. Jared is probably the if you like a guy who has those splash plays. You remember the splash plays from Jared. I remember when he played in that Arena League and what he did there, right? Those are SC top 10 plays. Those are Sports Center top 10 plays. If you want to go that route, Jared is probably number one. If we are going, for me, what you're doing at Commonwealth to help us win games and not put us the overall quarterback position, he's not top 5.
Since 2000,
he ain't top 5.
Well, appreciate y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, share,
follow. Hey, I'm gonna put him 5 because I don't want that Kenny Brooks treatment. I'm gonna put him 5. Dude, Steve, we've said this on. Look,
who'd you put in front of him? Who'd you put in front of him?
And I've said this many times, right? When Will Levis was here, Stevie Johnson is number 1 in my book.
Over Dre?
Yes. And here's the only reason. The only reason. Without Steven Johnson, we don't get the 10 wins. Because Stoops ain't fucking here. He ain't here. I'm just being honest. Without Steven Johnson, Stoops ain't here. We don't get the 10 wins. That holds.
Oh my God.
A lot for me. Then it's Dre. Then it's Hartline. Then it's Will Levis. So now it's hard for me to put. You can say whatever you want to say. Terry Wilson was the leader for this team that won 10 wins for the first time in school history since the 70s. Now, you telling me you're going to put Jared above him? Jared probably had more quarterback skills, but we forget those first 3 to 4 games that Terry Wilson played before he got hurt. That Ole Miss game
you can't leave that hurt out, though. You can't leave the hurt out. You can't leave that
Florida game. That Florida game was special. Was that not the Louisville game? Was that not the year we played Louisville and he put up like 400 plus yards passing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not sure that I'm going to put Jared in front of Terry Wilson. If you look at the numbers, I think people forget, like Coach Smith used to tell us, y'all remember all the good plays. I'm going to remember all the bad ones. I remember all the bad ones. The bad timing interceptions, the bad timing putting yourself and taking a sack. Like those things I take into account. So that's why I don't have Jared in my, I'm going to say 1, 2, or 3.
Man, let me give you something to put in your pipe so you can smoke.
Okay.
I don't know what you smoking. I didn't. So Jared's all-time lead quarterback with 10,000 yards. Okay. And you want to put him second. Fine.
He started 4 years.
Fine. Okay, fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. Okay? It ain't just fine. It's dandy as well. Terry Wilson, 3,400. I'm going to say this. And I'm not putting this in there because I don't remember it. Like all this stuff escapes. Patrick Towles is number 7 all time. Passed for 5,000 99 yards, and 24 touchdowns. In 3 years. Same amount of time Terry Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the game.
No. Terry Wilson only played 2. I mean, he was hurt. You really want to talk about games played. Don't look at years.
All right, well, let's go to average then. Here you go.
I mean, let's be honest. Terry
6.7 yards average. Terry Wilson 6.6.
Mm-hmm. What's Jared's?
Yards per catch. Patrick Toes 11.9. Terry Wilson 10.2. Rating: Patrick Toes 116. Terry Wilson 128.6. I'm saying, like, you gotta throw him in. You gotta throw him in our. Hold on. All that I just told you. Terry Wilson 27 games. Patrick Toes 28 games.
Okay.
So I mean, you like to move numbers around. You want to move the goalposts. That's what defensive players do. If you can't guard him, just say, "Coach, take me out." Don't say, "Hey, ref, move the goalposts, move to so and so." Then just say what you got to say. So at this point, off the rate you going, and I agree with you. The volume of what Terry Wilson did can't be. And if he hadn't got hurt, I think he moved into number 1 more than likely. Because I think he does what Lynn Bowden does, or at least have Lynn Bowden as a weapon.
Yeah.
And do what Will Levis did. So I ain't arguing against you, but you understand. Go ahead, man.
I'm just how many games did Jared have?
Oh, Jared had way more.
That's what I'm saying.
43.
So when you talk about him, it's like
he had one less game than Andre Woodson.
It's like Braun, right? It's longevity. No slight. And
Tim Couch really only had 2 seasons, considering he was time and running option. And so in 2 seasons, he's 3rd all time.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying.
3rd all time by 1,000 some yards.
Okay, and let's be honest. Let's be honest right here, right? I'm gonna give you some numbers and tell me if you think these are good seasons. I'll give you some numbers. All right.
All right.
56.8% completion percentage, a little over 2,200 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Decent.
All right. 56% completion percentage, 2,200 yards, 24 touchdowns, 5 picks. $57.2 completion percentage, 2,100 yards, 19 touchdowns, 7 picks. That's Jared Lorenzen in the last 3 years at Kentucky.
So you saying everything came in the first year?
His best. Look, here's his first year: 57% completion, 3,700 yards, 19 touchdowns, 21 picks.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know why you hating on my man.
No. Hey, look, I like Jared. And here's the thing with rankings, and that's like the thing with being overrated. People are like, oh, he's overrated. Well, shit. That means you expected something from me to be overrated. I'd rather have some expectation to be overrated than not be rated at all. Jared.
Hold on. But one thing, Jared Lorenzen, those last 3 years you talking about, his QBR rating was 130. Well, yeah, 131, mid 130s. And the only reason, and Coach Morris told me, he said when he got twos, he was just running twos. It was twos right, twos left.
How you want to say it? All I'm saying is he is top. Look, Anthony, it's like me. I'm gonna bring it to me. If someone says to me, Van, in the history of Kentucky football, you one of the top 30 defensive backs or corners, I'm gonna be happier than a runaway slave. Yeah. I'm number 30. Really? That's pretty damn good in the history of 100 years of football. I'm number 30. it's not like Jared is 150. He's definitely top 10. He's probably top 10 in school history. Because there were not that many great quarterbacks.
Cause we wasn't ever really a pass in school. Where Ramsdale at?
Exactly.
With Dollar Bill, man. Let me look up Dollar Bill stats. I like Dollar Bill as a person.
So for me, he's at worst, Anthony, and I definitely don't think he's this. He's top 15. I honestly think, off the top of my head, he's top 10. He's just not my.
Yeah, I think he's top 10. Yeah.
He's just not top 5. It's weird that since 2000 we've had our better quarterbacks by UK standards, not by everybody else's standards, but by UK standards, we've had our best quarterbacks. Well, who are you going to put pre-2000? Tim? Who else?
Ramsey, yeah, Ramsey.
You know how many years between Couch and Ramsey? That's 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So even though he's not top 5 in 2000 on, we only had, you could probably 3 quarterbacks. Like you said, Dollar Bill, Derrick Ramsey, and Tim Couch.
You put Pook in there because he left the game early. He left premature. Yeah. Pookie get in there?
No, not in top 10. He ain't better than Jared.
Oh, okay.
Now Pookie probably gets in the top 15.
Yeah.
He's not top 10 though. If Pookie plays another year, he probably slides into the top 10.
Right. Yeah.
So that's no slight shit. To be top 10, dude, is pretty damn special for any fucking college program. I don't care.
Dusty Bonner your top 10?
Who's that?
Dusty Bonner.
Shit. He might be there.
65 completions, 3,380 yards, 26 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
He's in the conversation because shit, like I said, pre-2000, you got 3 quarterbacks. So you got a lot of room. You got 7 spots.
His one season put him, well, let's say 2 seasons, but his one season put him approximately 2,000 yards behind Mike Hartline's 4 seasons.
Yeah, but how many years did Mike Hartline start? Like 4 seasons. How many did he start? 2?
Well, pass attempts are double. He almost doubled them in pass attempts. Almost doubled them.
That's fair.
But so I'm assuming if he had the same amount of pass attempts, he going to. That's why when they do that, I just go to average. I'll just see what the average looks like. So that way. So Dusty need to be in the conversation. But like I said, if you're going to take Pookie out, I'm okay with you taking Dusty out, and I'm okay with you taking Terry Wilson out because of longevity. So I'm cool with that. As long as we keep it consistent, I'm cool with beating up somebody as long as we keep it consistent.
You know who I like Dusty, period. You know who got me to like Dusty more? You should have. Nah, James Whalen should have got you to like him. James Whalen should have been the one who got you to like him. You sold me on Dusty. I probably would have had Dusty outside of top 10, but you sold me in these last, I would say, 4 to 5 years on Dusty being better than what people give him credit for.
If you go season by season, Tim Couch ain't killing him on stats.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Tim Couch don't kill him.
And I don't care if someone's going to say, well, it's a system. Damn it, y'all, it's every fucking system. There's not too many quarterbacks that perform outside the system. So don't give me, oh, well, it was air raid and
J-Lo was there under Mummy's air raid for his last season.
For his 1 year, right?
Yeah, and it didn't prosper. I'm saying Dusty only played it in 1 year. So look at Dusty's 1 year and Tim's 2 years. and take J-Lo's 1 year and see what you get. So if it's a system, that 2,100 yards, Mummy's system shouldn't produce nothing under 3,000 yards. It should be at least 300 yards a game, and an occasional 250 if you play against a bona fide defense.
Right. Yeah. And J-Lo's first year was Mummy. That's where he had. But then he threw the ball. He threw the ball to the opposite color a little too. Coach Morris reined them in a little bit, took the numbers down.
So I brought Brian Gass and got us off track. Mike B also came in wanting to see. So before we get in, let's get back. When I took a break, man, I had to play the lottery real quick. That was joking at 300,000. So if y'all don't see us doing those shows for the next, 300 million.
Yeah.
If y'all don't see us doing shows for the next couple weeks, just know. If so what were you talking about when I was gone? I kind of heard you. I kind of heard y'all a little bit.
I was talking about the season. You was talking about trust, don't believe whatever the disclaimer about these views on the vans.
Oh, I gave that to you before I left. Yeah. But then I wanted you to let them know like what the dang was. So you think, and this is what everybody's trying to do, and I'm gonna do the same way I did it in basketball. So don't act like I'm no Vince fan and I am a Vince fan. Like that's my dude. Like if I see Vince out defend, we're gonna kick it. We're gonna grab a drink, whatever. Point being is this: everybody's trying to act like, and I did this with Cal too, because when we watch the NBA draft right now, Duke over here, like first round, like you get a pick. We used to do that too. Now Duke didn't win nothing, just like we didn't win nothing, but it's fine. But we didn't give up, so it's cool. But if you just want all them picks and stuff, or you want to entertaining sports, so if y'all acting like we getting all these recruits now that Vince is gone, do you think it's because Vince is gone? Or, Kentucky just Kentuckian.
I'm going to say this. For the narrative, it's because Vince is gone. Like what else? Anthony, we trying to sell tickets. We trying to get our fan base back on the damn bandwagon.
Right.
Vince was holding us back, and that's why we were not getting these recruits. Now we're getting them because the floodgates have opened because Vince left. I don't care what the truth is. That's my truth right now. Because he's gone, and things, the snowball is now the size of, I'm not gonna say it. Now the snowball is huge. So let's go with that.
Yeah, don't talk about me.
Look. We have got some guys to commit the last few weeks. I'm impressed. It goes
I
back
will
to
say this, Stephen C. I don't know if you know this or not, Van House. Stephen C. I don't know if you know this or not. When Mummy them came in, his whole thing was, let's recruit Texas and Georgia. I think Bill Curry was more like Florida and Georgia. Yeah, Florida and Georgia. And then I guess whatever you can get out of Kentucky. But when Bill Curry, when Mummy came in, it was straight Texas. Like we was heavy in Texas. So remember what happened. And I'm saying the people Mummy won with were not his recruits. When all the recruits that he didn't have left, that's when he folded. But go ahead.
I mean, you also have to remember, for us, Coach Smith from Florida, big in Florida. That was his home state. He had a little bit of pull there, and he had a little bit of pull in Texas because of his time at Baylor. So, yeah, that's why. I can't remember. It wasn't Limbaugh. Somebody else had a foothold in Georgia. I can't remember who the coach was. because he had some of LaGrange pipeline. I don't know why every guy from LaGrange.
It wasn't Magazine? You talking about when we played or after us?
No, before you. There was I don't know. It was Tommy Limbaugh.
You don't even know when I played. Apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe Limbaugh had Georgia.
Huh?
Maybe Limbaugh had Georgia.
Cause we had a hell of a because it was after y'all left. Well, Mummy actually coached in Georgia, so he had a pipeline anyway. Yeah, so that makes sense. So you still trying to listen to the draft? Ain't no Kentucky players got drafted yet?
No, probably Kentucky players probably can go to the second round.
All of them?
Well, what are all of them?
It was like 4 players that came out. Cabrera,
Kobe,
not Cabrera.
Kobe Bryant,
Kobe Bryant. Who was our top player? Oh, Jackson and Amari. Yeah, Jackson and Amari.
Yeah, Jackson ain't going nowhere.
Amari ain't going early.
No, Amari will go second round.
Amari has skill sets though.
You are talking about the best players in the country. There's a lot of players coming out that ain't gonna get drafted. Look, for all the people who got something to say about Lamont is he's gonna find a way to get
Butler.
in the league.
I forgot about Butler.
Lamont's gonna find a way to get in the league.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You posted about Ponatansky. What the hell is his name? Ponatansky? I need to learn his name.
I need to learn his
name wrong.
Call him I'm sure that's a Polish name, right? Call him the Polish Rocket. That's what we're gonna call him.
That's some racist shit.
Pause.
What they call you, the black ass running back or the black ass DB? Like,
see the black ass
or the Nigerian DB. What in the hell? Come on, dog. Don't do that, man. Come on. Get this thing back on the rails. Don't give him no nickname until he get it.
Hey, if we get, I don't even know. I haven't even checked the rankings. If we get him, our football rankings got to jump into the top 30. Got to.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it PG. Van over here, man.
Come on, man.
See, Mike might have his kids watching with him, man.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Come on.
No, what do you look at? What's his stats? 100. 100. Oh my God.
Hey, man,
you did this on. Hold on, let me ask you. You did the same crap on Sunday morning. You were grasping for straws about our quarterback situation. We can't get in the portal every year. We can't develop people every year. You act like Brock or Stone ain't not Brock. Cutter ain't gonna be the people. Like, dude, like, man, every year we can't be looking for a new quarterback. Who does that? You know who don't do that, Van House? The team we play second or third in the season. I don't remember the schedule. The team we play second and third on the schedule. You know who don't do it? Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin doesn't look for a new quarterback every year. You know what he does? He brings a quarterback in and he develops him and he say, look, wait right here. This joker right here is cold in the mud. When he's done, then you're going to get to play. He don't just bring a quarterback in every year and roll the dice. And then you bring Liam Cohen in. Then you bring Will Levis in. Then you bring Wan'Dale Robinson in. And all of a sudden, we got lightning in the bottom. Oh, Liam Cohen is the coldest. Liam Cohen bounce like a basketball. Gone. No, we still got Will Levis. Mediocre Will. No Wan'Dale. All right, next year, let's roll the dice again. Here we go. Devin Leary, type quarterback in the thing. Now, Devin Leary ain't who we saw. I can't wait for Devin Leary to get his opportunity to pull a Tom Brady. I ain't gonna say a Tom Brady, but it is what it is. So my whole point is, all right, try it again. Oh, Georgia got a quarterback sitting on the bench. But Georgia's coach is not Lane Kiffin. Georgia's coach is a defensive coach, Kirby Smart. So at that point, you bringing in a quarterback that's sitting on the bench of a team that the coach is a defensive coach, so he don't care if you're sitting on the bench or playing. As long as you produce, as long as you get the ball, as long as you can get the ball to Brock Bowers, that's all we want you to do. Because we got a defense out here that's gonna stand up. Brock, we was so bad. He was so bad here. You know what he did when he got here and found out how football was ran here? Quit playing football. We jumped right back in the moon portal. Man, we got the best thing coming. What's his name? Zach Calzada. He gonna be this. He beat Alabama, but he had to go down to Division III. He went back to high school to hone his roots because he wasn't finished development. He went back to high school. I'm just telling you, Lane Kiffin don't do that, man. Lane Kiffin don't do that. He bring a guy in, he develop him, he put him out there on Saturdays. They win some, they lose some. I'm saying we beat them. I'm not worried about it. We beat them. But are we going to beat them again this year? I'm not as confident as you are.
Are you done or are you finished?
Wait a minute, JD Hall. You threw for 5,000 yards in high school? You talking about in like real big football? Go ahead.
Are you done or are you finished?
I'm finished.
Where did Jackson Dart come from, Anthony? Since Lane Kiffin develops all his quarterbacks,
all I can tell you is he didn't come from Twinsburg Chamberlain.
No. Where did Jackson Dart come from?
I don't know. He didn't come from Twinsburg Chamberlain.
From USC. He played at USC. He was a portal guy. So why can't you work in the portal? Lane Kiffin did it. Oh, who did? Where did old boy from Tennessee come from? Hooker. He came from the portal. You know, he played at Vitech first. Huh. But no, we can't do that. We gotta make sure we do it this way. Where did Diego Pavia come from? From the portal. That's interesting. That's interesting. Where did Taylor Green come from for Arkansas? Came from Boise State with old Bush. That's a portal guy. How many portal quarterbacks going to start this year in the SEC? Probably half of them. Interesting. That's all I got to say. I just want to bring up those facts. Interesting. But we did bring in a quarterback, Cutter Boley. He's high school. You did bring in Sanders and Ward. You're gonna bring in this
Saunders. Get these people's name right.
Interesting. Anthony. Interesting. Special.
Okay. That's all right. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. And this brings me to this. So Podnecki is
get his name right.
So I'll tell you this. So he's gonna be 26. Right?
Who's 26?
Podnecki.
Who's that?
The quarterback. What year is he?
Who are you talking about?
Ponataski.
Oh, Ponataski is going to be. Why is he going to be 26?
What year is he going to be?
Oh, wow, dude. I'm sorry. That's my bad. My bad. What?
Thank y'all for watching. God bless you. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Oh my God, it hurt my head, man. I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh my Lord.
All right, I'm coming back.
So,
all right.
Point was, oh my God. So point was.
First of all, and let me. First of all, you got me because you said Ponecki. I'm like, who the hell is Ponecki? So then my brain started working, and the wheels, those gears kind of clogged. So when you said 26, I'm like, who are we talking about? Yes, all right. He's class of 26, correct.
So we still are, no matter what Zach Calzada brings to us. If you don't feel like Stone is the guy this year, or you don't feel like Cutter is the guy this year, and you bring in Ponecki, we still at square one.
No,
and hold on. And this is the problem. Mark Stoops is at the position where this year's pivotal. So if you jack off this year, if you mess off this year, next year you better come back with something, and you ain't got nothing but youngsters or the portal to turn to for your success.
And this is what I'm gonna say. And we can come on this show July 25th, 2026, 12 months from now. They got 3 guys. If Cutter Boley's not ready next year as a redshirt sophomore, right? If he's not ready next year,
if Brennan freshman next year, won't he?
No, he's a redshirt freshman this year. Right? He played last year. I don't know if he's redshirted. I don't know if he played enough games. I think he only played 4 because we didn't go no bowl.
Right. No, we ain't go no bowl game.
He's a redshirt freshman this year. He'll be a redshirt sophomore next year, right? So if you don't get that one right, you don't get Brennan Ward right, you don't get Stone Saunders right, you don't deserve shit. You got 3 quarterbacks in that room that are young. If you ain't got one of those 3 that can play, your development of quarterbacks is worse than what we think it is. Right? You're going to have a redshirt sophomore and 2 redshirt freshmen. If neither one of those, and no one, I'm not expecting to be Peyton Manning or Ty Detmer or somebody. I just expect them to be able to run the damn scheme, get us in and out of the huddle, and do what their job entails them to do. We don't need them to be Cam Ward. We don't need them to be Jackson Dart. We need them to be fucking Lenore Sellers. Look at Lenore Sellers' games last year, and he ain't nothing special.
Stone is going to be a freshman next year.
I thought Stone was in the damn building now.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna be a redshirt freshman next year. I think last year
him and Ward gonna be redshirt freshmen.
But I thought Cutter. Okay, you might be right. I can't find Cutter. Cutter ain't left the program, has he? UK ain't good about updating their website.
Well, yeah, you can. Oh, and just put it to you like that. Cutter played last year, so he's got to be a redshirt freshman. At worst.
No, he didn't play that many games.
What I'm saying is he is at worst a redshirt freshman, or he's a sophomore.
Why don't I see his name on the thing?
Wow, that's bad then. Oh shit.
Oh, there you go. My fault. He'd be a redshirt freshman this year. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm about to say, well, you pay your AOL bill. Shit.
Yeah, that's true, man. They've been bought out by Yahoo. Everything's bad.
So if you miss on Anthony, here's the thing that makes it worse if you don't get one of them right. Cutter Boley was what, a 4-star athlete from Lexington, right? Stone Saunders is a 4-star quarterback from Pennsylvania. Brennan Ward is like a 3-star quarterback from Ohio or where he's from, right? If none of those, we don't have just a damn walk-on guy who came here and we were hoping he develops. We got 2 highly rated quarterbacks in that room. If you don't hit on one of them, your evaluation sucks. So
I feel like I'm sitting in a room all by myself.
Why?
Which I am.
Oh,
I'm just saying. You still didn't answer my question.
What's your question, man?
We didn't answer my question. My thoughts is, I said they need to find this out in the chat. Because, you know, the crazy thing about doing this, we got aggressive people who want to know and they got stuff to say. Sunday morning, everybody got something to say and don't know stuff. But they would want to get on there. My whole point is, I'm telling you, you're a business owner. You have been a business owner. Whatever happened to your restaurant? Do you still have it? Or were you never the owner?
I had a catering business.
Yeah.
I never had a restaurant. I was.
So you catered out of the house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bootleg. That's ghetto. I didn't take you to be the ghetto type.
Damn right.
I never took you to be a ghetto type. I never took you to be the cussing type.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Darn doohickey. Bull stuff. Stuff like that. I figured you said.
Really?
Yeah.
No, anyway. I've always had a bad mouth. I've always had a.
So you do a good job of hiding it. I don't.
I must have, because it's been bad for a long time. My mom got a bad mouth.
Really?
Oh. Now my dad doesn't. My dad doesn't have a bad, but my mom.
That's what my dad don't cuss. He don't say nothing. My dad don't say too much either, though.
But my mom do. Woo.
Wait, where your dad from?
My mom and dad are from Woodville, Mississippi.
Yeah, my dad from Meridian, Mississippi.
Oh, really? Yeah, he did too. Yeah. That's on the other. That's on the other side.
They might just be quiet down in Mississippi. They men no. Now, you only speak when you have to. I only seen my dad get rigid one time in my whole life, just rigid one time. My mama said something, and she cursed him or something. And he looked at her, got rigid, and he threw something at her. I think he threw a shoe at her. That was it.
I don't think I've ever seen my dad get rigid.
So my point is this, man. Mark Stoops can't be that guy. Everybody's talking about how motivated he is. Why you got to get motivated? I know why you got motivated. And if you know, a lot of people inside the program, they know why he got motivated. They know what it is, whatever. But I'm saying, now you motivated. Maybe, possibly, you've abandoned your coaches for 2 years or whatever, 3, and left them to do the job. And, you know, the program was declining. But, you know, he was going through a divorce at that point in time. But everybody want to bring up Jeff Ruby. But Jeff Ruby's was still open. Like when he was out of town, Jeff Ruby's is still open. So he ain't keeping Jeff Ruby's open. My point being is, so now you got to win this year, Stoops. I'm saying everybody know you going to do bad. You can't do 2-10.
No.
Can't do 1-11.
No.
3-9 ain't going to get it.
No.
A 5-7, you might.
Nope.
There's some close ones.
Depends on how
there's some close ones.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Some close loss. But anything over 6, okay, you back. You back like vertebrae. But I said, if you do anything under 5, you do 5 or under, next year coming back and you come into a whole new quarterback. I'm telling you, Big Blue Nation, the fan base, me, Sunday Morning Sports Talk, KSR, you name it. You name it. It's gonna be. It's gonna be rough, man. So that's why I'm so kind of confused on why he's not solidifying your key positions. Like I said, we good next year. We're gonna be next year. Ty's a junior or a senior? Junior, right?
Ty gotta be a senior, junior.
So we had Ty back, but we losing Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. So on the defensive backfield, we're gonna be a little skimpy.
No,
we losing Fari, who's an undersized backer anyway.
Afari and Rain are gone, but both corners are coming back.
Yeah, but they cutting their teeth this year, so it's still gonna be a.
Well, my point is, be cutting his teeth. JQ's been here 2 years.
Cutting his teeth. Or I'm good. You a DB? Go ahead. I'll wait. You a DB? Go ahead. So this is come out year? Go ahead. I'll wait. Go ahead. I'll wait. I ain't got nothing but time.
Wow, and you said this is JQ breakout year.
You the one who said when I said
no, you're right. No,
he's not become so has he become that solid guy that we
yes.
Last year he did that. So that's what I'm telling you. So coming in, so he's still cutting his teeth. He got to come out and show us this year that he's that guy. If he don't, then what is he doing? Still cutting his teeth. Oh my God. And I gotta tell you about your position. That's why I left the DB room. Because DBs don't recognize good DB. That's why I left. Let me go over a running back where you just score touchdowns and get yards, and everybody know you doing your job. Your thing, if you get burnt, people don't know what you did. The other 75 plays, well, we only care about that one touchdown that cost us the game. And guess who was scoring it?
Oh, Lord. All right, carry on.
That's all. You never answered. So you're not concerned. You're not concerned about the way this season's gonna end. No matter how this season ends, what we got to do next year, because they're gonna give them mulligan next year. Now, if it's under 4-game win season, they gonna find some money. They're gonna find some money because at that point, won't it be down to about like a $20 million something, right? $20-something million buyout?
Yeah, 21 maybe.
Yeah, 28. So they'll find something. I mean, Kelly Craft ain't got.
Damn. I was gonna say something stupid because he ain't gonna walk. I'm gonna say this.
No, he definitely ain't walking. No, he's not walking. I guarantee you that. He ain't walking.
I was gonna say
he ain't John Calipari. He ain't walking.
No, he ain't walking. So yeah,
they coming for your head, man. Today ain't your day, man. You might even retire today from media, man.
As far as our best safety, and Van still show him, Steven, he ain't playing fucking safety though.
That's true too.
You said he's the best safety. He playing linebacker. You can say all the shit you want to. He ain't playing no fucking safety for us.
So, that might have been a dig at me, Steven. No, what I was saying was I went from the safety positions. Then I went to the linebacker positions about Afari. I wasn't saying so. I named 2 safeties. Then I named Afari because I was going down to the linebacker position. So you might have been taking
from what I hear, and is that we're gonna be all right in the secondary. No one said they're gonna be great. I said
I'm saying the team. I ain't worried about no damn secondary.
We're just talking about.
If our secondary got to be that sound, and then we got a whole lot of other problems.
I honestly, Anthony, believe. And here's the thing: what I believe.
I'll come back when you get done shitting.
All right. This is really defense. How defense get well or get better is your front's got to be good. I don't give a damn how good your linebackers are. If their guards climbing up on their feet, they ain't going to be good anyway. I honestly believe that our front 3 is going to be better than they were last year. And they're going to allow these light-in-the-ass linebackers, Mike and Will linebackers, to be able to run and fill gaps with their athleticism. Now, if that front 3, I think it's Marquise, isn't that the nose guard? Isn't that Keys? If Keys can demand a double team, we're going to be fine. The problem is when you had people who could not demand a double team.
Grace. Yeah, Humphrey Grace. Yeah.
Okay. If he demands a double team, the light-in-the-ass linebackers will have room to roam. One of them is going to be unblocked. When you play 4-eye, the tackle has to block the 4-eye and possibly get some help. So if that nose can demand a double team, one of those linebackers going unblocked. And I think this front is going to allow those lightning ass linebackers to be able to roam like when we had Trevor Wallace for the first half of the season.
That's what I thought. Gooster was nose.
Gooster, okay.
Go to David Gooster.
All right. So Gooster holds the anchor, like Anthony, like him, like him and Q. Then we good. Because if you don't double him, he's single block. He should be able to handle that center. He should be able to create havoc. So someone's got to chip off of him. If that can happen, our linebacker, one of those quick linebackers, should be able to go downhill, and hopefully Afari learn from his mistakes. Get in your fucking gap. If your gap is play side B gap, get your ass in your gap now, and then work from there. Don't fucking try to look over the top and see where people are. No, handle your damn responsibility.
Marlon McCree did. That's what Marlon McCree did.
Yeah. And Marlon McCree was lighting ass. He's lighting the far.
Yeah. Stu was excited about it. Who do we bring in out of Texas? We brought in D-Line out of Texas.
Everybody shut your mouth because I'm about to. This is gonna get. He got Ben. Don't come in your mouth. You remember Chris Comstock? That was Chris Comstock's nickname. He got Ben Duncan. Hey, pause.
I had to let you sit there and smolder in that one. Yeah, nah. Like I said, it's a big get. Say, yeah, it's a big get, man.
Bruh, Anthony, if you get the quarterback and you got Dallas Dickerson, you got Duncan, if you're gonna get the offensive lineman and you get the quarterback, dude, there is not too much more you can ask for at this point in recruiting coming off a 4-8 season. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you, brother. So, what these coaches have come up with, have created. See, this is why I don't see why y'all not getting excited. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now. For these players to want to commit, right? This was 30 years ago when I committed, so I don't know. For these young guys to want to commit to Kentucky means that the players that recruit them, these guys that are on the team now, have made them feel like the culture has changed.
That's a good point.
Because why would I come here if the culture what it was last year? Because these guys who come in are not just throw-in guys. Back in the day when we was competing against MAC team for a recruits, we were competing against other Power 4 programs. So for them to come in, they had to feel comfortable about that locker room and what the culture is, period. So I feel like if they feel that way, I'm feeling like the culture is that the teammates are gelling together. They're hanging out together. It feels like, quote unquote, like a family. So when you bring in a recruit, the recruit feels like a family, like he's that fifth cousin. Like that's how you get players in. And the coaches are preaching stuff that they're eating. So for me, that's a positive. That's the positive of having these guys commit now, is that there's something going on in that recruitment facility, for example, that are making these kids comfortable with committing to us after a 4-8 season. So I feel good.
I'll tell you what, I think it reminds. So I'm working summer camp this year with our schools. So I'm working summer camp. You know, I work at the alternative schools, man. Every now and then you gotta jack people up. You gotta get physical if you want to. If you have to, not if you want to, you have to. So I'm working summer camp with just regular kids, misfortunate kids. And so the lady that I'm working summer camp with, I'm assisting her. She the director. I'm assisting her. And these jokers are walking off, doing everything. Hey, sit down. There's only 12 of them. So I'm like, man. So I get them all. Hey, come here. I said, y'all ignorant as hell. I said, y'all some badass kids. And I work at alternative school. Y'all, what do you mean? Oh, so they all talking back. So at this point, it's still like at my school, I asked you to be quiet. You know, hey, come in here. Like, whatever. Point being is, so they going off. So the director come back. Man, them kids bad as hell in there. I ain't about to keep working with these kids. What they do? They wouldn't listen. They're unruly. They wouldn't follow directions. They did whatever they want to do. I'll tell them to stop doing so. They kept doing that. Every time I look around, somebody way over out of place. And then she's like, I'm going to get on them. I'm getting on. Mind you, she only like 4'11", 4'10".
Okay.
She's the director. Because of the title, she's a director. I done told them I work at alternative school. So they started asking me questions. After I got in their stuff, they started asking me questions. But yeah, I work on, yeah. You know so-and-so? Yeah. Now I'm talking about, I kid you not, man. Like, we got killers. Like, kids either in our school, they kill or be killed. It's not funny. I'm not saying it's funny, but I'm just saying, like, it is like I done become numb to death just because our kids are either committing homicides or being part of them. So the point being, all this goes back to she wasn't there, and that's all they knew as a director. Because I wasn't there when they did their onboarding, when they did their interviews, and I'm just kind of the muscle, but I'm also a fun guy, and I'm there to interact with the kids. Right. But when she wasn't there, oh man, I ain't had no control over the place because I couldn't do it the way I wanted to do it. And in football, you got what? 23 different rooms? Not 23 different rooms. Probably about 14, 9, 12.
Yeah.
Somewhere around DB, you go by position. Then you got special teams. So so I say about between 10 and 12. So my believing, I ain't saying understanding. My believing is that Mark Stoops wasn't around a whole lot, so coaches had to do what they had to do. And now that he's around, he holds people accountable. That caused some tension between him and Vince. It may have caused some tension between him and some other coaches, which tension ain't bad. That just means, look, coach, we got to get this right, or we all going to be. And I can see a coach saying that we all going to be looking for jobs.
For sure.
So the only difference is one of us got a $30 million buyout. The rest of us, you got a little decent buyout. You can pay your mortgage for another couple of months. But, hey, I need to be employed here soon. So I do think he's been reinvigorated. Why did he get to that point? I think success may have went to his head, and Larry Vaught is he's always said, Larry Vaught has always said, our team doesn't handle prosperity well. Once we start climbing the ladder, like if Alabama lose, that's a loss, and they got to bounce right back. Georgia got to bounce right back. Ohio State got to, but our team, we do something good. We take a bad one. We scrap back for a little bit. But we ain't scrapping back to 100%. We scrap back to 75%. The next time we get knocked down, we scrap back to 50%. Then we end up at 500 or something because we don't have the mentality. But that's because the practice habits, locker room habits, meeting habits are all just erratic because I believe Stoops wasn't there before as much as he wanted. Shit, we winning. I'm making $10 million. Man, shit, let me go to jail. I'm just doing what everybody else say. This ain't my thoughts. This is Big Blue Nation thoughts and Big Blue Nation's thoughts all alone. They just gonna go to Jeff Ruby's in the afternoon, evening, because that's the first thing. I don't know if they serve breakfast or not. Every time he's always at Jeff Ruby's. I don't even know when Jeff Ruby's open. I don't know Jeff Ruby's can't eat. What about Tony's? What do we go to? That place has some good food. What do we go to? Giuseppe's?
Yes.
What about Giuseppe's? Come on, man. That's about the end of the show. I don't know what you got to say on that. I'm just saying, I'm with you. I think I never thought about that, but you made a hell of a point. I do think that something's reinvigorated in the locker room. And like I said, I do think Stoops probably in there putting his foot down where I don't think before he was in there even to be able to put his foot down.
I'm gonna reiterate what I said earlier. I don't understand why there can't be a sense of I'm not asking y'all to be crazy enthusiastic, because what you're gonna say, we've been enthusiastic the last 2 years, then we had this year, like that's
rightfully so. Rightfully so.
But that's what every year is a new year. Like that's what I look. Whatever happened last year on November, whatever, that was the end of the book. That was where you put the end and you close the book. That's done. You go to a new book. When you read a bad novel at the end, you don't go like, well, shit, I'm not gonna read another novel because the last one was bad. You look at it, okay, this looks like gonna be a good novel, and you start at page 1. When you get to chapter 6, and the shit ain't good anymore, you close that bitch and say, I'm done. If we get to week 7, 8, and it ain't good, I ain't got no problem with y'all booing. But game 1 is a new chapter of a new book with new characters, with new plot lines. Everything is new. There's no reason not to be excited about football. If you true football fans, the start of football season is the best opener of any sport. There's no other sport that can compare to opening day of football, of college football, except maybe baseball, because that gets a lot of open. But football is the day one, college day one. Dude, there have been people who've been doing countdowns until the first game of college football for months now. Day one of college football is special. And if y'all can't get excited for the first game in Commonwealth, I don't know. Now, after the first game, if they suck, you can do whatever the hell you want. But every year is a new year. That first chapter should be the best chapter.
One thing you missing out on, though, Van, is that to get into these games, you can't just walk in there. You can't just pull up. It ain't Target. It ain't Ross.
Hold on. You have to pay for that first book too. And hold on. Let me say this.
That first book, that first book better come with some rave reviews if it's gonna cost you $50.
If you skeptical, get the audio book. Get the used one. You get the one that got writing in it first. And once you say, oh, that first chapter good, let me go get the good book then.
UK, man, y'all need to hire Van, man. Y'all need to have Van come in to talk for y'all. Hey, y'all marketing, media relations. Y'all need to have Van come talk to y'all people. Hey, Van fighting for y'all. He fighting like hell for y'all. I'm telling you. My man Stu tell me, don't worry, it's gonna be good. I don't know. I done spent the last 4 years expectating. And here's the one thing you said. You kept saying, you said something about the book and reading chapters. Well, we read some chapters. And every year, I'm not saying we got worse. We underachieved probably the past 4 years. We've been underachieving a whole lot. We might have, we even underachieved the year with Wandale. We should have won the Ole Miss game. It's 2 games we should have won. Means we underachieved. We left them on the table.
What happened Wandale Ole Miss game?
Was Wandale not there to Ole Miss? No, that was the year after Wandale.
That was the year after.
So maybe it was a Chris. Maybe it was a Chris. When Chris came back. Rodriguez. When Rodriguez came back.
Yeah.
That year we underachieved. But I said we underachieved the Wandale year. How many games we win that year? 9?
10.
Okay. I thought it was a game. When we in the Georgia game, when we ain't jump on the fumble and stuff started going stupid.
That was Wandale's year.
Yeah, we could have. I ain't gonna say we underachieved because it's Georgia, but we could have stole that one. But go ahead.
Stole that one? No, you damn right.
Yeah.
You definitely could have stole it. Look, I'm not gonna rehash the 2022 and 2023 year. 2022 should have been a 9-win season. 2023 should have been an 8-win season. It didn't happen. But those were right in our fingers, and we let it slide. Last year, Anthony, I can understand fans giving pause because last year for me, I know everybody wanted to blame the O-line. They were definitely a factor. But as you said, when you had a quarterback who quits football after this year, means to me, we have both played the sport. Means to me that he really didn't want to play the sport. Because in this day and age, it's different from when we play. When we play, you transfer, you had to either go down the division or sit out a year.
Yep.
So he could have easily, if he's like, these motherfuckers put me in front of this. Oh, I had to play with this shitty ass O-line with these shitty ass receivers.
Should have pulled a Cam Newton.
I'm gonna go find another spot.
Right.
I'm going somewhere. Right. If I love the sport. If I quit, that means I thought I loved the sport. And when I got put under fire as a starter, I realized, and he ain't the only one.
Did Drew Parker ever play after he left here?
He went to EKU. I think he tried.
The place he got knocked out at?
Yep. Oh. So for that means to me, you realize in life, like when you go work for somewhere, you realize, man, you know what? I thought I wanted to be an electrical engineer, but shit, this shit sucks. I'm gonna change discipline. That's what it is. It's just you don't know until you get thrown in the fire. When them big fucking defensive linemen come at them, and you realize, ooh, this is real now. I'm not playing in the fourth quarter. I'm not playing the fourth quarter against whomever. Middle Tennessee State, we already up 50 to 10, and I'm gonna play 2 or 3 series and then get off the field. This ain't that. This is day one. They game plan for you all week. You are the focal point of their game plan. Totally different story.
Uh-oh. Well, Stephen, we had that conversation before I came on the show. I probably should have asked him. We'll get him on next week. I did ask him. I just didn't call him because I don't know why I didn't call him. And plus, I don't like dealing with Stu all like that. Actually, next week I don't know when he's going out of town in the end of the week. So we may try and get him on here. He is gonna get you fired up. He might have to be the Van. He might have to be the new voice of UK. Now we ain't got Vince on here kissing babies and signing autographs. Stu might have to be the guy, man. I might have to be his PR guy. And he can do like LeBron do. He can do like LeBron do. Hire me as his handles. Whoa, stand back. Whoa, one at a time. Hold on. What part of your body you want to sign? No, we can't sign that. Not that either. I like that. Yeah, right there inside of your neck. Go ahead, Stu. Give him the neck. But I'm trying to think of who can be. Chris Collins is a little handsome guy. He's a little shy. And I don't know about the new wide receiver coach. I know Brad White can't do it. I know Bush can't do it. Stoops ain't gonna do it. I don't know about Shea, the new tight end coach. He might be a little young guy, but I don't know if people believe in you. Wolford, no. What's the safety coach name?
Buff.
Buffano. Yeah, not Buffano now. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Nope. Might have to be stupid, man. If they want to hire me, man, I'll talk to y'all recruits for y'all, man. I'll take the fans. I do the same thing Vince do for y'all. You know what? I do it for 50% of what he did. I'd actually do it for 10%. I'd actually do it for 10%.
He said 50%.
I'd actually do it for 10%. Like I do it for 140,000.
That ain't a bad payday.
I ain't working weekends though.
Well, shit, you don't want that money.
Wait a minute, Steven. Hold on, Steven. I'm gonna call you out. And I'm only gonna call you out because I find this fun. A lady at work asked me one day. She asked me if I wanted to buy her ex-husband's condo. I said, "How much is it?" And she was like, "It's pretty cheap. It's over in so and so section." And I was like, I'll check it out. I'll buy it. Is it a good deal or something? She said, "No, I just thought you maybe wanted to buy a condo." And I was like, "Well, I don't know. I mean, I've been in my house for 15 years. Like, why would I want a condo unless it's a good deal?" "Oh, you own a house?" "Lucky. I'm 40 years old. Now, mind you, I own a house since I was 29. Point being is, I just think I come across as a guy that don't own a house, which I've owned a house before I was 30. Well, I've owned this house since I was 30. I owned another one before that, but I get the picture. And no, Steven, don't feel bad. I just don't know about being apart. Now, Stu does get on me about having a messy dwelling, but the dwelling is a 4-bedroom house.
Yeah.
And those are my thoughts all along my damn house. Who is Washington? Who is Washington?
That's the wide receiver coach.
Oh, Damian, LaDainian?
Yeah.
LaDainian?
Yes.
I ain't know his last name. I just call him LaDainian. All right. He could be. He could be this, but he too new to the program for people to have a love for him.
Honestly, Anthony, what I feel, we don't need a press secretary. Honestly,
we need a baby kisser.
No, as a 4-8 season, do that shit on the field. Then next year we will have someone get back.
But you got to keep bringing them people in. We got to have them butts in the seats, though, man.
Yeah.
Win
6 or 7 games, and then someone can be designated as the spokesperson. We don't need
But don't we need people? But don't we need people cheering for them while they trying to win?
We don't need a spokesperson right now.
All right, I'm gonna hold it. The same person who said we gonna go 6-6 or 7-5.
I said right now. July 25th.
You and Steven must be neighbors.
No, he ain't that lucky.
Y'all live in the same asylums, both of y'all.
June 25th, 2025, we win in 7 games. As of June 25th, 2025, we win in 7 games. Come at me. We win in 7. And don't let me get feisty if we get to 8. We win in 7 games. Come at me. Exactly, JD. Look, y'all can do whatever. We 0-0 right now. I don't have a problem being wrong. And I don't have a problem with people coming at me because why would you? I don't give a damn.
This is coming from a guy. Now, mind y'all, this is coming from a guy who won 1-10 and
felt
like it felt like because you won 1-10 and felt like it was perfectly okay.
Who said why would you say that now? I'm off. I'm gone. Why the say
it was perfectly okay to him? And I'll tell you this because I had this conversation earlier. It was obviously perfectly okay to him because if he didn't want to go 1-10, he would have did something to stop that shit. As bad as our programs have been, I didn't go 1-10. You know why I came to Kentucky? Because they was 1-10 the year before. Said, hell! Van went 1-10 and felt like it was perfectly fine. Because if he didn't, he would have transferred to Southern, LSU. He would have transferred somewhere else. But he stayed here because he thought 1-10 was fine, or he knew that I was coming. He was here 2 years before I got here. He went to a bowl game and it dropped off. So obviously he felt like it was perfectly fine to go 1-10.
Well, obviously,
if you didn't want to go 1-10, you wouldn't have went 1-10. Damn it.
Obviously, I stayed because of loyalty, and also that 1-10 season came after our starting offensive guard was murdered before the season started.
Oh, you gonna use sympathy card.
In that season, that senior class, which was the biggest senior class, might be the biggest senior class in school history, is one of them. Their priorities were, or their attention and focus was Wayne.
I give you that. R.I.P. Trent.
Yep.
I give you that.
And Pookie didn't come back.
I get it. Mo did though. Mo left, Mo right. Yeah, Mo left, Mo right.
But if Pookie comes back and we didn't have the preseason event, that team was better than the year before, talent-wise.
That was Marty's senior year, the year before?
Yeah, Marty's senior year, the year before. The next year was Melvin's senior year.
Right. Well, that does the show.
Yeah.
Van may have convinced y'all, man. Go buy them tickets, man. Oh, God. This might be the last year. This might be the last year for this show. Might be the last year for the show. Or it might be this might be Van's last year on this show. Find a new co-host. Like, subscribe, share, follow, man. Invite your friends, man. Tell them about the show, man. You want to be on the show? Actually, we can bring some guests on. I've been trying for a while, man, but I'm a busy guy. I want to be able to have a hotline. But we did work out a hotline before nobody called in. Nobody wanted to come on. So
that's facts.
We can work out a hotline if that's something y'all want to do, man. Send a vote in. Send a vote in. If you will call in, if you'd like to be a weekly caller. Actually, they still do that one thing where you go on there and talk. I thought that's what you do now.
What? The what's it called?
On Twitter.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say voices for something
like that. Where you can do audio.
Yeah. You might do that on Sundays. Do that on Sundays. But like, subscribe, share, follow, man. Slap that like button if you get a chance. Spaces, that's what it is. Spaces,
yes.
Slap that like button, y'all. Slide up. You can go on when we get off, maybe on YouTube and whatnot. But we'll be back next week. I'm gonna ask Stu. I'm gonna ask Stu to come on. I did ask him to come on before we came on the show. He probably would have came on if I'd have asked him, but we got on the show hot and heavy, went to it, and that was it. Van Hiles got them going 7-5. If not, he's leaving the United States for 30 days. We'll be back next week.